Hello, Daily Blue viewers. This is your host, Chris Musto, along with me, Brittany Winter, and Mr. Ben Amato of Frosae. And boy, do we have a treat for you today, a frozen treat to be exact. Ben has Frosae, which is a frozen wine sorbet, and it is absolutely out of this world, knocked it out of the park. We just are feasting on it right now, and we can't get enough of it. Ben, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your delicious treat.
My pleasure coming down. It's a brand new item. It's just coming to Long Island pretty much this season, and we're having an amazing amount of fun, because how could you not have fun when you take wine and freeze it? And it is just, oh my God.
I was going to say, you have to wake up every day and just absolutely love your job, because here you are selling the best of both worlds, dessert and alcohol beverage in it, and delicious wine in it. It's got to be an amazing experience. How did it get started?
In 2011, I actually retired at one time. I was a school teacher for 33 years. Wow. And when I retired, I took a couple of years off, and I developed some amazing habits. Sailing every day was one. And along with that, I did a lot of reading, especially the New York Times. And in 2011, there was an article about how New York State changed the law, where you could put wine into a frozen dessert, and you don't need a liquor license to sell it. Now, you do have to be 21 or over, because it's got wine. This is actually frozen wine. But I thought there was a niche. So in my retirement, I learned web design. And with web design, I was designing websites for friends. And one of my friends was an ice cream maker. And in November, they get very lonely. So John came up to me and he said, "Find me something to do." And I said, "You know what? Why don't you get wine and turn it into a frozen dessert?" And it took
match made in heaven.
It was amazing, and the fun. Oh my God! You know, going to a liquor store because that's your job is just an amazing thing. And I learned a tremendous amount about wine, and we settled on Long Island wines. And we went out east to visit the wineries. And what we would do is we would take their wine and make it into a frozen dessert and not tell them. And then go there,
surprise them with it,
and hand it to them.
It's good marketing.
What was happening was they were picking not only that it was their wine, but they told us the year of the wine.
Wow.
Wow, really?
And that proved to us that we developed a formula that just
it captures the essence of the wine, so you're not losing it in the actual transition process into a frozen dessert.
Now, this is our little sampler. We decide to, you know.
Which we've tried.
Oh, yes, they have.
Might try a couple more. Very, very good.
It's a Merlot. It's a Sauvignon Blanc, and it's a chocolate Merlot.
My favorite's the chocolate.
And what's it? Yeah, isn't it something else?
Amazing.
It's very good.
Low calorie, gluten free, pretty much dairy free. But the amazing thing is, it's all the same formula.
Really?
The only thing different is the wine that you put in.
Right.
So we put in Peconic Bay, which was a very good wine. We were friends with the winemaker, and he helped us out a lot. We also now are going to be switching over to Jamesport wine.
Oh, I love Jamesport vineyards.
It is so nice out there. And as a matter of fact, we made a test batch for them, and they had it on sale this summer.
Really?
And they were selling, along with their oysters and pizza and a lot of wine, they also were selling a frozen dessert made with their wine.
No kidding.
Wow, that's amazing.
We did that for Raphael Wines, too. That was 2 years ago. We did that for Martha Clara. And what we're doing is we are utilizing what's best on Long Island, which is wine, and then combining it in a whole different way. Nobody else in the country is doing this.
I was going to say, this is such a unique product, and it's really something that has not caught on, which I think Frosae will be the forerunner of if we have anything to do with it, that's for sure.
Well, I like that concept, all right.
But
the amazing thing is we've done zero marketing. There's 4 of us. I'm the president. I'm a retired school teacher. I also have our CEO, Joseph. He is a retired superintendent of schools.
No kidding.
And then we have John, and he's just an amazing ice cream maker. He actually worked with Tom Carvel. And it's so funny. He worked with Tom Carvel, got on their board of governors, had 2 Carvel franchises, and then wanted to do something different, because with Carvel it's very regimented. It's a franchise. So he decided to buy a mom and pop, sold the Carvels, and within 2 years put the Carvels out of business.
Wow.
Because everybody went to his mom and pop shop.
No kidding.
Wow.
And now he's the largest manufacturer of homemade ice cream on Long Island.
Jeez.
And he sells to other places.
Interesting.
Really?
So
It sounds like you have a good brain trust there of what's behind this, and the
Exactly.
proof is in the pudding or the actual wine sorbet in this case. But it's phenomenal product. What are some fun and cool things you can do with it? You know, I'm sure there's some creative fun
Eat it.
things you can do with it. Besides,
Eat
by
it
the way,
is
your niche
amazing.
market is Brittany right here.
So good. I'm obsessed with ice cream and Italian ices, and I love wine.
And this is the best of both worlds. You know, and the
Two best
calories
things.
are insane.
Oh, I know.
You know, a 4-ounce cup like this of the white works out to be 110
Oh,
calories.
see, women love that.
Exactly. So it's low calorie, it's a dessert, and the chocolate, it just satisfies a chocolate
good.
craving.
So you get your wine, you get your chocolate. You
Yep.
get your, that just.
Well,
I
our
think that's gonna
T-shirt,
be-
okay,
Right, eat
it
wine,
says
be
"Eat
happy."
wine, be happy," and that's what we've learned. The Hotel Indigo, they
I'm sure.
serve it as a sampler, where they put the
Oh,
white,
okay.
the red, and the chocolate, and then surround it with strawberries and put a balsamic vinaigrette
Oh, I have to try that.
glaze over the
I go there all
top.
the
Wow.
time.
It is
That's interesting.
insane.
That's an interesting.
BB
Good.
King's in Manhattan, okay? They just pour wine over the top, which is like really outrageous.
Wow.
A lot of
I was
places.
gonna say, could you do like a wine float
Yeah,
or
like a-
something?
Oh,
or
exactly,
something?
exactly. You know, a whole new take on an egg cream. You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, that's
Wow,
for
yeah.
sure.
And just the white goes very, very well with any sort of berry. So blueberries, blackberries, any sort of jam. The red's outrageous. I would put that. We have a couple of Italian restaurants. They get a red, and then they put Parmesan cheese on top. And the thing
That's
is,
different?
Wow.
it's wine and cheese.
Oh, no,
But it
don't I feel
turns-
sheepish right now? Cheese
it-
and wine, who would do that? Oh, everyone on
Exactly.
earth. Got it, done.
But it turns it into a dessert.
That's
Right.
really cool.
Where all of a sudden, instead of an appetizer,
Right.
it's a dessert, and
Wow.
it's just incredible. Now, the
That is
chocolate
cool.
Merlot, that you just want to be in a room, get a quart, you know, and a
Right.
spoon, and that's enough for you. You know what I mean? So we do all sorts of things, including this is something. We're starting to think out of the box and then realize being in the box is pretty good. Where we have customized versions. Like if you have a favorite wine,
Okay.
you would tell us, we would turn it into a dessert and then put the label
Oh,
So
right
you do
here.
custom wine.
Exactly.
Wow.
So just brainstorming
Great
for
wedding
wedding
gifts.
favors. I was just going to
Bingo.
say wedding favors or wedding gifts, or I think that's awesome. You
But-
could do like a wedding wine blend or something like that. and
Most
then get
brides,
yours.
they have a certain type of wine that they're serving.
Sure.
And just serve it as dessert, too.
Wow.
Wow.
And each one is a different role, too. Like the white is a perfect intermezzo.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just cleanses the palate, it's light, it's fruity. The red you just have with your meal. As a matter of fact, we have a couple of spots where they put it on salad. Where you have the
Wow.
nice crisp
I could see
salad
that.
and then a big scoop of the Merlot on top. And as it melts, you have the wine.
And it's probably
Right.
less calories than dressing.
Exactly.
Where does it end with Frosae? So, all right, enough about all of the amazing things we could do with this. The only thing it doesn't do is get stains out of your clothes. But where can we
We
pick
don't know
this
that.
up? Where can we pick this up?
That's the really amazing thing. For a company that did no marketing, we're in 11 King Cullens. We're in all of the North Shore Farms, which is a gourmet supermarket here on the
Okay.
North Shore. Cisco, Long Island picked us up,
Wow.
which is a major
Food
food
distributor,
distributor. And we're in about 70 or 80 restaurants across Long Island.
No kidding.
We got into BB King's in the city.
Right.
We're negotiating with, and this is insane, there's a group called Sweet Dreams, which is a company that supplies the concessions to Broadway shows.
Wow.
And we're working with them to get us into the Book of Mormon.
Huge.
And
That's
during
huge.
dessert, boom, during intermission, you just
Right.
have a cold Frosae.
But
We're
there's
at
much cheaper
Westbury
ways to
Music-
get Frosae than Book of Mormon.
Oh,
tickets, I'm
definitely,
sure, so.
definitely. And one of them is the internet.
Right.
Just last week, we started overnight delivery,
Beautiful.
where you go online, you
better.
order, and within 24 hours, we can have this at your door, frozen solid with dry ice, and
Wow.
you keep the cooler.
Wow. And that is Frosae.com. That's Frosae.com. And you can pick up these fabulous products, 24-hour delivery to your door. You click a button and it's there the next day. Absolutely amazing product. Ben, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for sampling. Oh, my Lord. If you want some samples, we're going to store some here. You can come down to the Blue Chip offices.
They won't last long.
They won't last long. Not if Brittany has anything to say about it.
In fact.
But thank you all for joining us today. Again, you've been watching The Daily Blue. I'm Chris Musto. This is Brittany Winter. And this has been Ben Amato of Frosae with us today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.